Is this love? I don't know. Edgeworth being a bit sussy-wussy over there. That's all I'm gonna say.
He smells a guilty verdict. Her name's
Very sussy-wussy.
I was with Sal and old dead bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. So apparently everybody's, part of this deal, huh?
Okay.
I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, old the bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it while he wasn't there.
He was asleep. Sleeping pills.
I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. Okay, I want to just press everything. I don't want to even attempt.
Everything.
We're so
you gotta do
I still think the sleeping pills are gonna. It's either the sleeping pills or the steak plate with traces.
Okay, I was with Sal, bag, press. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in costumes, mind you.
You obviously go hard. Obvious.
Go hard or go home. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Tap. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes? Yeah, that's something what someone who was stuffing bodies into costumes would say. True. You should try listening to what people are saying, boy. Boy?
The witness will continue her testimony.
Boop, hold it. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying right in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm on us when I accused you of murder. We always press harder in this courthouse. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for that missing person?
I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez?
Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out.
Well, that's a freaking lie.
We often left him on the bus when shooting at location, and no one noticed he was missing. Oh, poor Powers.
Well, I suppose that explains that.
What? He's freaking Wolverine as the person. Look how massive he is. Did you tell me nobody notices him gone or not?
I call BS. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue.
All right. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Pun intended? Just like now. Silence. Silence.
Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Let's get a court clown in here.
I think everyone would appreciate that.
All courtrooms need a court clown. We need it.
The stenographer.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Old bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think it was Powers? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the steel samurai. We always press harder here, boys. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything I can use here. Hold it!
That doesn't like her.
You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. Tap! But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you?
Did you get your mafia goons involved again?
There must have been a lot of writing on it, with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Hold it! The script and your direction notes? Yes, they are quite valuable. I wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. But wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why's that? There was a murder after all. Wouldn't you have had to bring them before you found out about the murder?
Yeah, didn't they find out by getting there?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what Sussy Wussy! The Sussy Wussy!
Very sussy wussy.
Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Phoenix.
Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue.
Oh.
Objection! Tap! Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Because at least someone in this courtroom is paying attention.
Someone in this courtroom is going to go to jail. I don't care who it is, my client or somebody else's. But
I will get a guilty verdict, and it doesn't matter who.
I will even plead guilty myself. I just want a guilty verdict.
Huh?
Your Honor, you better hope I find something in this witness's testimony, because I'm coming after your ass next.
Oh my god!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're also not safe. Think, Judge, think. After 500 years, Mrs. Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there would be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? Tap! She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One.
Phoenix, why couldn't you have thought about this?
Nani!
Order! Order, I say! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm very proud of you. Good job. What you have just said is a reasonable observation.
Unlike your normal observations.
However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move.
Me too.
Or are you thinking of a career change to defense?
On the contrary, Your Honor, I intend to roast and grill her.
You're still acting like a defense attorney, though.
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here.
He's not the worst, that's for certain. The worst thing he's done is, like, make that sort of weird forensics document.
That's not a forgery, that's mere due diligence.
Okay, yeah.
It's not my fault scientists are constantly evolving their techniques.
One day after? That fast?
Every scientific discovery takes place on a day. Who's to say when it's after or before? In any words. Now, Miss Vasco, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. Is this love? I don't know. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this?
Miss Vasquez, I ask that every day.
I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal, and I am thinking of it right now.
I can't wait for this.
I'm stalling to figure it out. Yes,
Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this.
I knew that Hammer was injured and I couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Hammer wasn't injured, it was Powers who twisted his ankle. I'm gonna press it anyway. Oh god, I didn't mean to.
Something to peg this on, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him!
Because we know that it was Powers who was injured and Hammers was faking it. How did you know about the injury? Huh, how did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director.
Yeah.
I think it's the photo.
Yeah,
Sal would have known it was
definitely.
Powers because he was there, but she would have seen Hammer limping in the costume, and we know it's Hammer in the costume. Okay, we can do it. We gotta tab it here. We gotta photo it here. We ready? We're doing it. Oh! Objection, the music stopped! You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? Tap! I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What?
Gotcha. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammers. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you, the wrong person? Tap, Miss Vasquez. You saw Hammer limping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boop. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Ah!
And when was he doing this?
Well, it would have had to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly. Tap. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. Tap. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Got her! Order! Order! I will have order!
Will you, Judge?
One
Witness?
day, I hope.
Maybe one day, Your Honor.
Today,
Witness?
not today.
No, when Phoenix's badge is
Finally
finally
made
useful
relevant.
is the day that the judge will have order.
Ah, so it'll never come.
Exactly.
Tap, can you refute this claim?
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you.
Not allowed.
That's not how this works. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death, nothing.
You don't have to prove motive for murder, though.
You
I'm
don't?
also very
No,
much...
you don't.
Yes, well, you may say we don't, but I say yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court.
Thought it was Powers?
that might be it.
It almost feels like he would try
Like,
to
if
go there
I'm
to
trying
kill
to say,
her.
hey, I'll be the better version of this person, I'm
Oh,
not
maybe.
gonna copy
That's true, Dylan.
a weakness.
I think Dylan was right with that. Hammer was sneaking around pretending to be Powers to kill Vasquez to get out from under her thumb.
Oh, could you imagine Vasquez killed him in self-defense?
That would be wild.
That would be insane. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
I can prove it. Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. I think it's this. I really do. Because otherwise, like, there's nothing else that's a motive.
I agree.
Take that! This is my proof.
This is the photo from before?
Tap. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the rug. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for your petty change. Humph.
Bringing us to the present day. And Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here. Yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around.
Mission Impossible face mask rips off.
What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright?
I think it was self-defense. I think that's what this is leading up to.
I don't know what the fuck evidence you would show besides that
I'm
picture.
doing she had no motive because I think it must have been self-defense.
I think that's the most likely thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Tisk tisk. She had no motive, Your Honor. I was indeed proving it was Hammer.
What's that now?
It was Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense.
What's that now?
Tap. It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What? What?
That was beautiful. Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years.
I don't want to break the immersion, but why did it take me this long to realize Jack Hammer?
So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me.
Yeah, you and your policy of not getting
Was
rid
that
of
her
youthful men.
partner?
Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez?
What? Oh.
In the waiting lobby, as calm and as collected as ever.
Abracazam!
I see. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
it appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
This was a tough one, Your Honor. I gotta tell you. Thank you, Your Honor.
I think not, Your Honor.
Oh, come on.
Will Powers was innocent.
That was my whole job. That was all I had to prove.
That it should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
I don't know, Edgeworth. I have been here this whole time.
Wait.
The way that was going, that was a miracle.
This shows that Edgeworth does care about justice to a certain
Of course he
extent.
does. What you heard was propaganda.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty.
Woo, yay! Oh, yay! Oh, yeah.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
We hope you enjoyed watching this episode of The Arcade Cabinet. You can catch us recording these sessions live on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe below if you like terrible parkour and even worse voice acting.
See you next time.
time.